Greetings to everyone joining us on this solemn occasion. I am Vandana Bhaskar from PCMC 11th batch. On the eve of August 15, 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru rose to make a speech in New Delhi. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny. And now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge. Not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance.
And I am Vishnu Menon of PCMB 3rd batch, and we are your virtual compares for today. We take great pleasure in wishing each of you a happy Independence Day. Prayer is not about asking, it's an expression of longing of the soul. So spoke Mahatma Gandhi. Before we begin the day's proceedings, let us join our hands in prayer to bring God's grace upon this program.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. Where the knowledge is free, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country away.
India is a land of diverse cultures, diverse people, and diverse languages. What binds us all together is the national flag. Saffron indicates strength and courage. White indicates peace. The Dharma Chakra indicates the truth, and green indicates fertility, growth, and auspiciousness of the land. With pride, I would like to call upon our principal, Reverend Father Clifford Sequeira S.J., our vice principals, Mr. Murli Krishna and Mrs. Charlotte D'Souza, our deans, Dr. Ganesh Amin, Dr. Pradeep M. and Mrs. Kiran Shetty, and our staff for the flag hoisting ceremony.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे,
गणमङ्गलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
My dear students, all of us present here were born in independent India. And the stories of our country's struggle for independence appear to belong in the past. However, we should not forget that if it were not for the sacrifices made by our courageous freedom fighters, we would not be the free and emancipated Indians who are achieving great things all around the world. Today, I would like us to spend time thinking about what this freedom actually means. It does not only mean freedom from foreign oppression, but also freedom from backward and unprogressive ideas about religion, class, caste, gender, and so on. This is also a day to remind ourselves that we have an important role to play in preserving this hard-won independence. Today more than ever, we have to be alert so that factors like caste, religion, and class do not divide us. Diversity, plurality, and secularism are the foundational values of the Indian Republic. Dear students, while you study in this college, I urge you to form bonds of friendship with people from different backgrounds and faiths and grow in appreciation of other religious traditions and values. The recent COVID pandemic has shown us that man-made divisions of society based on race, color, income, country do not matter at all. It has taught us that we are all equal. We all share in the same humanity. What truly matters today is kindness, love, generosity, and oneness. Poet Rabindranath Tagore wrote about the country he imagined, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Singer John Lennon wrote, imagine all the people living in peace. Freedom is a precious word. It is only when we don't have it do we notice it. This Independence Day, let us try to keep its meaning alive. Let us think of all those who still do not have freedom to study, to access health care, and to lead dignified lives. Let us pledge to live our lives in such a way that we live justly, give graciously, and come together to support each other and build a strong nation. I wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Hello everyone. I offer you my greetings on this very special day. Today is our nation's 74th Independence Day. I wish you all a happy Independence Day. The famous quote, freedom of my hand lies where the nose of another begins. It means that I will surely enjoy and live my freedom as my innate right, but will never forget the freedom of another being, whether a living creature, nature, or fellow human beings. Enjoying my freedom doesn't give me the right to trespass in the freedom of another. I wish you all a happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
I am very proud to announce the chief guest speaker of today's program, a colonel, whose profession is admired and saluted by all Indians. If we live in freedom today, we owe an immense debt to the Indian Army. I am honoured to present to you Colonel Prashant Petkar, Commandant of Wellington in Nilgiri district, Tamil Nadu.
Good morning. Due to the unusual circumstances we are facing this year, management has conceived of this innovative idea to reach out to students, thus maintaining the traditions alive. It's indeed a great privilege and an honor for me to have been called upon to deliver this address on the 74th Independence Day celebration of our great country. Respected principal, teachers, staff and students of St. Aloysius College. Today, as we usher in the 74th Independence Day, we must remember the sacrifices and the contribution made by millions of our countrymen over the last 900 years, which has enabling us to enjoy this air of freedom. All students must remember that life is lived only once, and an important part of life is having independence. That is, living life on your own terms with free spirit. We must be aware and proud of our rich culture, heritage and traditions in variety of fields such as music, arts, dance forms, physical sciences, medical sciences, mathematics, literature and governance. But over the last 900 years of exploitation by the slave dynasty for about 400 years, the Mughal dynasty for about 250 years, followed by the British rule for over 200 years, has left our country poor. The freedom that we have today must be utilized by each one of us to work hard so that our nation regains our glory and self-respect in the years to come. As students, as you step out after 12 years or 15 years of formal education, I would just like you to remind that each one of us has a heart, has a mind, has a body and a soul. In physics in school, we have learnt that when all forces act in one direction, it results in acceleration. So therefore, I urge you that in the 2 to 3 decades of contribution that you have to make towards nation building, you must work hard with a clear focus, using your heart, mind, body and soul, so that success, self-satisfaction is yours. Lastly, I urge you to be grateful to 3 people who work tirelessly so that you can live your life. First are your parents. Second is your guru or teachers. And lastly, it is the soldier who is guarding the borders so that you can live your life and achieve your dreams. Jai Hind.
यहाँ वहाँ सारा जहाँ देख लिया है, कहीं भी तेरा जैसा कोई नहीं है। बस यही 100 दिन दुनिया घुमा है, नहीं कहीं तेरा जैसा कोई नहीं। मैं गया जहाँ भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ थी, मुझको तड़पाती रुलाती। सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत, प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही। माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम। वंदे मातरम,
मातरम
वंदे मातरम,
मातरम
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम,
वन्दे मातरम
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम,
वन्दे मातरम
वंदे आ रहा हूँ, अपनी बाहें खोल दे, जोर से मुझको गले लगा दे, मुझको फिर वो प्यार दे। वंदे मातरम, ओ वंदे मातरम। तू ही जिंदगी है, तू ही मेरी मोहब्बत है, तेरे पैरों में जन्नत है, तू ही दिल तू ही जान। माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम। वंदे मातरम,
मातरम
वंदे मातरम,
मातरम
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम,
वंदे मातरम
वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम,
वंदे मातरम
वंदे मातरम,
वंदे मातरम
वंदे मातरम,
वंदे मातरम।
वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू,
है वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू,
मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू,
मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू।
है वतन मेरे वतन। तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूं,
तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दूं,
कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू,
कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू।
है वतन मेरे वतन,
मेरे वतन।
Independence. It is the ability to cultivate an inner voice which would guide me through trials and tribulations without being affected by any external factor. Acting upon this unfazed voice would enable me to look at the big picture without getting caught up in the hardships of life. This, in my opinion, is independence.
To me, Independence Day means freedom for people to express themselves and to use this freedom to improve, learn and experience everyday living. Independence should not be used as an excuse to seize power. In addition, we celebrate Independence Day to remember the people we sacrificed to gain our freedom, as they are the ones who struggled for our country's freedom. Furthermore, on this day, we forget all our differences and unite as one true nation. A very happy Independence Day.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee once said, "Our aim may be as high as the endless sky, but we should have a resolve in our minds to walk ahead, hand in hand, for victory will be ours." We have now come to the end of this program. Let us all strive to work hard for the country which has given us freedom.
Through a storm or through a pandemic, we stand together as one country. And let us continue to stand together, for that is what our noble ancestors fought for. No matter which state we're from, or what language we speak at home, or what customs we follow, at the end of the day we can all look to the Tiranga as a source of our unity and a symbol of our pride in our great nation. Thank you all for attending this program today. Stay safe. Jai Hind.